What makes Brandy special? Between B7, her battle with her arch-nemesis on Verzus, and Moesha now being on Netflix, people are rediscovering the magic that is Brandy. With 7 studio albums, 7 top 10 hits, and 4 top 10 albums, the Grammy Award-winning singer has sold more than 40 million records worldwide. Brandy is a true multi-hyphenate. As an actress, she got her start on the ABC sitcom Thea, before landing the leading role on Moesha. Early on, she worked with greats, iconically starring as Cinderella alongside Whitney Houston and in double platinum opposite Diana Ross. She's even starred in Chicago on Broadway twice. 3 decades later, Brandy is still standing tall in her high heels. While Brandy's success is undeniable, she doesn't get enough credit for being a game changer. The purpose of this video is to celebrate Brandy's impact and what sets her apart from the rest. Representation. In 1994, Brandy made her musical debut rocking her signature braids. Though her decision to wear them was rooted in practicality, she made an unintentional, albeit impactful statement that Black girls didn't have to cater to Eurocentric standards to succeed. They could be unapologetically themselves and find success as a musician, an actor, a princess, or a CoverGirl ambassador. While Brandy may have made it look easy, her decision to wear braids didn't come without flack. For example, screenwriter Marbrock Akil said that the producer of Moesha, Ralph Farquhar, had to jump through hoops to get the network to approve the style. I'm sure the pressure to change didn't only come from the higher-ups, but also from seeing her peers rock their hair straight. Nonetheless, she never folded. To this very day, she rocks a wide range of natural hairstyles. Brandy is proof of the power of representation. Her very existence in pop culture made Black girls feel empowered. Her on-screen mom, Shirley Ralph, said, "When I first saw her in all her braided glory, I felt as if everything I had gone through as a Black female entertainer had been worth it." Multi-hyphenate. It's one thing to be a singer who does some movies and guest spots on TV here and there, but it's a completely other story to be both a full-time singer and a full-time actor. Brandy released Never Say Never, one of her most successful albums, while balancing the chaotic work schedule of a weekly episodic and shooting films. Besides Jennifer Lopez and Queen Latifah, Brandy is one of few artists who's been able to handle this type of workload. Acts like Miley Cyrus or the Cheetah Girls don't count because they were doing projects where music was a necessary part of the whole, while Brandy was the lead on a show that was completely separate from her music career. She had to make the time to do both, even if it meant sadly sacrificing sleep. Brandy still continues to do both. Since Moesha, she's been on The Game, So Ever After, and Star. Unlike other singers turned actors, she's done both from the very start. She didn't wait for record sales to decline to see it as a viable option. She's been up on the multiple streams of income game. Also, I bet you didn't know that the success of Moesha was the inspiration for casting Eve in her own self-titled series. The Vocal Bible. With a singer and vocal coach for a father, there was no way that Brandy wouldn't ascend to such mastery. While she's not a vocal powerhouse, she does know how to work with what she's got. She has a distinctive, irreplicable tone with an approach to vocals that's become iconic. Unique is how she stacks her vocals to create an airy, ethereal quality. It's not uncommon for her to record upwards of 30 tracks to be blended together.
So hard on Full Moon, I thought I was gonna die.
I can tell. I can hear them.
Rodney had me doing 16 of the first note, 8 of the harmony.
Wow.
It was
The first fullness.
the first note was 16. He was like, "You want to be like Michael Jackson? And you want to be an icon? You gotta sing 16 of the first note and 8." And if they didn't like it, I'll have to start all over again. That's how I became real quick in the studio.
She makes the most out of every second by using her voice as an instrument to create mood and accentuate a song's lyrics and beat. In her songs that feature heavy background vocals, she envelops you with her voice. It's a surround sound experience. I especially like how she ebbs and flows between icy and warm and mature and innocent. Even though Brandy has been able to work with some of the best producers on the planet, she doesn't need them. Her voice can stand on its own. Listen to Acapella on Human, a full-on production with just her voice. In sum, Brandy is a naturally gifted vocalist who has honed her craft enough to know how to make the right technical choices for every song. Her collaborations with Darkchild and Timberland contemporized quiet storm nighttime driving music. Through her work, Brandy has inspired countless artists like Rihanna, Kalani, Melanie Fiona, Ariana Grande, Kiera Sheard, and Normani. This is just a short list. Futurism. The futurism of the full moon era set her apart from her peers and established her as a trendsetter. Brandy's desire to reinvent herself pushed Rodney Jerkins to create a wholly new sound for her. From a very superficial level, the title and cover art with the moon and metallic curved font give off a spacey vibe. Additionally, the album features many songs that have technological or electronic beats and sounds inspired by UK garage. Even some of the vocals sound glitchy and robotic. Both visuals for the Full Moon album are dark. Brandy's What About Us video, which I admit didn't age well, takes place in an alternate universe where islands float in the air. Very sci-fi. What is so crazy is that the futurism was completely unintentional. Brandy named the project Full Moon because she had done a complete circle and felt whole, and it was supposed to be conceptual in that it is autobiographical. However, the sonics and visuals came together to form a very progressive and futuristic project. She would come back to the sound with 211, which she intentionally wanted to be future R&B. The inspiration is clear on songs like Can You Hear Me Now and Do You Know What You Have? Risk Taker. With every album, Brandy has set out to push herself to new levels, vocally and artistically. She showcased maturity on Never Say Never and experimentalism on Full Moon, Aphrodisiac, and 211. Her fearlessness shows equally in her collaborations. Specifically, she's not afraid to bet on new talent. Brandy was one of the first to work with Frank Ocean. Frank's first placement was John Legend's Quickly featuring her. His second was First in Love from her Human album. She and Frank hit it off. He would eventually consult her to do sickening background vocals on Nature Feels.
It's all good, and it's all free, and it's all you, and it's only me.
And preview Channel Arch to her before releasing it. She was also one of the first to work with Hit Boy. Brandy was Bruno Mars's first major placement. While Brandy may not have been the first to work with Rodney Jerkins, she did help solidify him as a go-to top pop producer. His work with her on Never Say Never earned him his first Grammy for The Boy Is Mine. Technically, only Monica and Brandy won the physical award, but he was eligible for a winner's certificate. Rodney then went on to work with everyone, including the King of Pop, Michael Jackson. Brandy continues to experiment. More recently, she has collaborated with Ro James, Daniel Caesar, Little Keed, and Jhené Aiko. This eclectic mix highlights her openness to new talent. Even her choice to work with Camper on B7 was risky because he is a newer producer with a style that's more minimalistic than others she's worked with, but it worked out fine because his production gave room for her vocals to shine. Brandy's consistent willingness to take risks has been very impactful on R&B. In an NPR interview, Solange credited Brandy as being the foundation for a lot of this very innovative, progressive, experimental R&B. Frank Ocean will say it. Miguel will say it. These are my thoughts on what makes Brandy special. Let me know how you feel about her in the comments. Thanks for watching!